It's hard to go 5 seconds online, especially in the comments section of any of my videos, without seeing somebody say that Goku exponentially grew in power level between all of the eras, which is simply one of the worst and most brain-rotted things in all of the entire Dragon Ball debating community. To believe that Goku exponentially grew is to fully raise a red flag saying you've never watched this show and you've never read the manga before, and that you don't care what the story of Goku is, and that you don't care what his struggles are enough to actually go read it and watch it for yourselves. Instead, you rely on biased wikis who lie to you for money and profit, and scammers who wear $400 beanie hats while claiming to be poor. Goku struggled for 24 years of his life to get to power level 400, and that's with daily intense training, almost dying repeatedly as a child and into his teen years, and also having some of the best training methods known to the earth through Kame and Popo, drinking special water and having access to things that nobody else does. 24 years passed with consistent battles, constantly almost dying, healing and almost dying, and healing again and again and again. Yet for some reason, some of the fans of the series think that Goku's exponential growth suddenly changes from an average of 34 power level every single year to billions. Why? I don't know. I've been asking debaters this for 20 years online, and nobody has ever replied to me. Go to my comments, any of my videos, and look at how many times I type this out to somebody, and then I chuckle at how many replies I get. The answer is 0. That's because nobody wants to admit that they were wrong and have no clue what they're talking about. Goku doesn't get exponential growth. That's a myth. His amps in base came from misuse of Kaioken, which King Kai explicitly explains Goku gambled with his life and ki with, and that he could have lost his ki or just died from it. Goku does this only 2 or 3 times during the entire series. First, let's explain the Zenkai. You only get 1 per lifetime. Many scalers think that he gets a Zenkai every time he trains or every time he gets hurt and heals. That's incorrect. The word Zenkai means to open up. It's not a power level boost when Goku is damaged and healed. It's his Saiyan biology releasing what was already there and dormant. It's through fighting that Saiyans unlock their potential more and more, and it's not amping his state. It's opening the door to his full power and more of what he already had. Zenkai, in the form of the word that scalers use, is about Goku getting massive amps like when Vegeta did it in the Namek saga. But Goku already almost died 50 times as a little kid and trained for 24 years before he even met Raditz, yet his power level is only 400 at that time. Broly, for example, got his Zenkai as a baby when he was almost killed with a knife. Later, in movie 10, it's said that Broly didn't change at all in power level between movie 8 and 10, despite that happening 8 years later. Super Saiyan 1 Divine Ki Vegeta still couldn't lift 1,000 tons during Super, and Biru says that Goku in Super Saiyan 1 is just a little bit stronger than Frieza was back in the day.
After reaching this level. But even with this increase, you're only slightly stronger than he was. I bet you barely scraped by.
You don't mince words, do you?
Beyond this, we have the Metal Cooler movie showing us that Metal Coolers had a power level of 175 million because the movie's title is 10 billion Power Warriors and 57 coolers show up. Dividing 10 billion by 57 is 175 million. Goku's official power level at Super Saiyan 1 was 150 million, so after years of training from Frieza to the Android Saga, power level 175 million was too much for Goku and Vegeta to handle, even in their mastered Grade 2 Super Saiyan 1 form. There was no exponential growth. As mentioned, Goku's amps during the Saiyan Saga were due to the Kaioken wrecking his ki and body. And then he did it again in the Namek arc, and King Kai explains this is a huge gamble for his life and his ki. Exponential growth is a myth that fans make up with no real evidence or even any source material covering it, and the source material repeatedly stating this just isn't a thing at all, and Vegeta's statements after they got out of the hyperbolic time chamber were hyperbole. It's an exaggeration and not literal, in the same way that King Piccolo says he has infinite power, but we know that's not true. Remember that Broly was the same power level that he was in movie 8, yet he was clapping Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Broly in movie 8 was almost killed by the combined power of 5 weakened Super Saiyans. That was enough to rip a hole in him. So claiming that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, for example, is exponentially stronger than Super Saiyan 1 in the Android and Cell saga is really not supported anywhere. This is just a thing that fans make up because they want Goku to have a massively higher power level, and they fully ignore that he took 24 years to get to power level 400.